What is this?
What is this?
What is this? What is this?
What is this?
What is this?
What is this?
What is this? What is this? What is this?
What is this?
What is this?
What is this? What is this?
What?
What?
Okay, welcome to What is this? Podcast episode 17. That's episode 2 of season 2. My name is Pepper5,
My name is Victor.
and today we're gonna do a rundown of several things. First, we're gonna review. No, not first.
How are you?
we're gonna talk about our weekend, our past week. Then we're gonna talk about some politics regarding the music industry. That's the boards in charge of collecting our revenues.
CMOs.
And also we're gonna review Billdard. What's his name? What's his other name?
It's a man. Bill.
If you don't know who Billdard is, stay tuned. You will be schooled.
Billdard Selanga.
Billdard Selanga.
Yeah.
He released a dope album the last quarter of last year. And yeah, so how's your weekend been?
My weekend was fine. I actually didn't get up to a lot because it's the middle of the month, and the middle of the month is crazy.
I don't know. I've known this guy for several years, but I don't know. He's never told me any interesting story about his weekend.
I because I spend most of my weekends.
He's laid back.
Yeah, so just listening to music and
make his life
Netflix.
interesting.
But the things I do are boring to a lot of people, so that's why I really don't mind. I don't want to share them because people will be like, that's not so interesting. Oh yeah. Let me give a shout out to.
Boring is relative.
Yeah, let me give a shout out to Batila. I went for her party. She's leaving for.
Who's Batila?
My friend Batila. She's leaving for the US. So shout out to you. Good luck and success in your future endeavors.
Good luck to Batila.
Yeah. So let's get. And you? What about you?
My weekend. Okay, I had plans of going to a friend's gig, but you see, with the terrorism thing going on, like I was already dressed and all that. So
yeah, even on Saturday, actually, that was I was texting people I knew, like if they were safe because of that incident that happened at Odeon. You guys stay safe. Not stay clear of public places because sometimes you really need to be there, but just be on the lookout and be model citizens. If you see anything suspicious, report to the authorities.
Okay, so I was preparing myself for a good night out.
Mm-hmm.
But after I saw the news, I was quickly discouraged to go out.
Mm-hmm.
However, I still ended up going out, but I never went for my friend's gig.
Where was the gig?
It was at Alchemist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's how it has been. Although Sunday I've just been chilling. I was just chilling as I go through Twitter streets.
What did you see on Twitter?
I bumped into this thread that was trending the whole day between one Wilkins Fadhili and Ruth Ambogo. two guys, I believe, who are past lovers, old flames.
Yeah.
Who are going at each other and exposing each other.
They're exposing each other online.
You've seen the Spider-Man meme that's Spider. Yeah. So Ruth ended up exposing Fadhili.
Yeah.
And then apparently even Ruth is a fraud. So
is she?
Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
but I don't know why people are mad at him.
Personally, I give Wilkins
props. Me too. Like
being able to
finesse the game.
All those people.
Yeah. If it were not for Larry Madowo, this nigga will still be out here killing it. But because
and to add salt to injury, yesterday he went on NRG breakfast.
Yeah, he was there.
And he said he opened by saying if you still want to work with me, so his finesse game is still A1.
Still there.
He's the king of finesse.
That finesse.
He said if you feel like I never gave 100%, you're free to come back and work with me for free, pro bono services.
That reminds me of the Fire Festival. That guy who finessed those people.
Jarul.
Jarul was part of the scam, but even he was being scammed. But it was I mean,
Anyway,
scammers, conmen are.
I mean, if personally I was finessed by Fadhili, I will not even be mad at
Didn't
him.
he offer to be part of our brand strategy? Oh no, let's not defend.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
No, but I don't think anybody is.
I mean,
he
lied that he went to Leeds University.
3,000 chapatis a day.
He lied that he makes 3,000 chapos a day.
Yeah. So that he can make it true. Okay. Anyway, that's.
I wonder, like, he was a mentor at Blaze Safaricom, right?
He was.
Yeah.
Really?
Blaze. Yes.
How did he even rise to fame?
Apparently, there was an article that was written by a Standard Nation.
Okay. A local media house.
Yeah, Standard Nation.
Mm-hmm.
So they said that he won 16.5 million from I don't know where. So I think that
16.5 is still what's baffling to me.
Yeah.
Where did he get the money from?
From his entrepreneurial spirits. So I think that propelled him. He got a feature from Forbes, Go to Africa. I don't know.
All the big names.
So you see, with that credibility,
okay,
you're given a leeway to finesse other people.
Yeah.
And I mean, he has like confidence to come out and say, "I'm sorry."
That's that's the meaning of a con man.
Yeah.
The full name is confidence man. Somebody who can sell something to you so confidently, but yet they are lying to you. But anyway, besides,
so Ruth, how can you send a millionaire nyanya?
How?
How can you go sending millionaires nyanya? Yeah.
And then you peruse through their phones.
Yeah. And how can you be a millionaire and not have a password on your phone?
How?
Yeah.
Both of that story is fishy from both sides of the field. But anyway.
So Wilkins and Ruth aside, I'm gonna talk about KECOBO.
Okay.
I don't know if you've been following their wrangles.
Power
wrangles.
I have.
So for those who don't know what KECOBO is, it's a
body.
Is
Kenya Copyright Board.
Yeah.
That is the board. If you have any patents, public works, patents, intellectual property that you would like to register for copyright and such, you need to visit KECOBO.
Yeah.
For musicians, with music which is part of the intellectual property, is licensed by KECOBO. And so under its mandate from I think 1997.
It has been that old?
No, the Kenya Copyright Act of 1997.
Okay.
The one that established KECOBO, but I think KECOBO came into existence in 2001 or 2000. And since then, as part of their mandate is to license CMOs which are collective management organizations whose job is for CMOs, their job is to collect money royalties and money on behalf of artists and pay the money to artists when time is due. So
basically, in layman terms, they give you the permission to collect royalties.
Yes.
As a company, say if I have a company, I should go to KECOBO to give me permission to collect royalties, right?
Yeah, but I don't. MCSK and Prisk and Camp are not established as companies. I don't know the correct legal definition, but they are not companies per se. So they are just management organizations that collect money on behalf of artists. So a three-bench judge in Kakamega in 2017 revoked the licenses of KECOBO.
Why did you have to be in Kakamega?
Because the judiciary is decentralized. You can go to court anywhere. The High Court in Kakamega.
Okay.
Because previously, under the new dispensation of the new constitution, of 2010, there's more than one High Court. There's a High Court in Malindi. There's a High Court in Nairobi. There's a High Court now in Kakamega, Kisumu. All those places there are.
I mean, you sound like a Strathmore Law student.
I was reading up on this yesterday, and
this is quite insightful, by the way.
So the case was brought by Kisumu bar owners and 3 other individuals against MCSK, Prisk, and MCSK and Prisk and another one and one other party, and then there were other interested parties there being Safaricom Limited, Commercial Bank.
Safaricom was in the mix.
It was an interested party, meaning that the outcome from, because Safaricom collects royalties for Skiza.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they were an interested party, meaning that any ruling that came from there basically is a precedent to other CMOs and other people in the business of copyright collection and royalty collection.
Okay.
So I think a lot of banks were interested. Actually, the interested parties were Music Publishers Association of Kenya, Mpake, Safaricom, Kenya Commercial Bank, Equity, Standard Chartered Bank, Barclays Bank, and ABC Bank. So the case was brought by...
This is quite interesting. All those corporations.
Yeah, the case was brought by Laban Toto Juma, David Amunga, Kisumu Bar Owners Association, Kisumu Green Garden Restaurant, and Kennedy Amakoe. And then the Kenya Copyright Board, KECOBO, the Attorney General, and the Music Copyright Societies were the first, second, and third respondents, respectively. And the case was basically on the terminology that was, and so the judges who were, let me see, R.N. Sitati, B.S. Majanja, and
if
Cherere.
If you're looking to shout them all, it's okay.
No, those were the judges who revoked the license. Yeah. Basically because as per its mandate and how it has been constituted, the MCSK is supposed to pay out 70% of all the money that it collects is supposed to go to royalties for artists.
Yeah.
And so in 2016, after an audit, they found that, they paid 13% of the royalty of the money they had collected.
Wow.
And in 2017, they paid nothing. So that's when in 2017, the license was revoked. Fast forward to 2019.
So in 2018, nothing was collected because there was nothing going on.
Okay. So this story basically came into the public limelight after Nonini set up a press conference.
Shout out to you, Nonini.
Shout out to Nonini.
Hubert.
He
Hubert. Shout out to you, Hubert.
He called a press conference where they talked about how KECOBO, how MCSK, even after the license was revoked, still went ahead to collect money illegally and didn't pay artists in 2018.
I think
that is
what we are getting from all this, like these people, these executives from these bodies, they're treating this as cash cows because if you look, I'm sure the money collected from the licenses, from the royalties and all that is well into the millions.
Yeah.
So I think
just do simple math, because anywhere where it's considered a public place,
they have to acquire a license
to pay, and they pay. I think the license,
even a saloon. I've been to a kinyozi where I see the licenses.
Yeah,
so I think they're treating this as a cash cow, because I've ever been to personally when MCSK offices were in opposite Alchemist.
Okay.
Sides for Westlands. Yeah, I've been there personally. And in line, I was with people who came all the way from Kitui to claim their royalties. I had gone to do some research.
Okay, so
I'm seeing. Let me finish up. I'm seeing so many big cars parked out there, and the artists that are working in there,
they're walking
actually. So you see these differences. So I think what I'm getting from all this is I don't know. I didn't know about all the details that you're giving me, which is good. These people are just basically saying, you guys, by the way, we are taking your money.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about this last podcast. Uhuru told Ted, who I think is a sellout.
Still.
If he hasn't done anything,
nothing has changed.
7 days, nothing has changed. So if he hasn't done anything for these artists who are walking into offices like MCSK, and they're the people who make the music, So Big Ted, do something about it.
But okay,
I know you're doing something for Akina Seth Gore and all. But do something for these people who are in Kitui, Kisumu, all these people who make music.
Yeah. The interesting thing actually is after this,
let me ask you. Do you think the meeting will happen?
I don't know what,
because Uhuru said akikosa kuwaleta si shida yangu.
But
that's what he said. Do you think it will happen?
I think
just give me a yes or no.
I don't think it will happen.
You don't think it will happen?
Yes, because who do you call and who do you exclude from that meeting?
I mean, the gatekeepers.
And that's why I was saying I don't think there is anybody. There is nobody that speaks for artists in Kenya. Like there is no collective body that.
So you think it won't happen because there's no one to call?
There's no structure.
There's no structure.
Yes, in the industry. Like there's no one who you can say.
I mean,
let's call. Okay,
the
so
presidents,
you call X and Y, and then A and B will feel left out. Like why was
no problem? Meeting? Because if there's no structure, the president gave the mandate to someone who's been in the industry for long enough, so that he knows
who
the informal structure. There's usually the formal structure and the informal structure. So if he told Ted, to call the interested parties or the relevant parties, and he hasn't done anything so far.
Yeah. That's on
me personally. I think it won't happen because Ted is a sellout.
But
not because there's no structures.
But with this KECOBO case, the interesting thing is that actually the CS for sports and culture, I don't know what his name, I've forgotten his name, but he told KECOBO not to issue any licenses, but yet they went behind his back. And again,
typical.
KECOBO is acting in an unconstitutional manner because the mandate of the board expired on 31st October 2018, which it was constituted. They were constituted on 21st October 2015. A gazette notice that was issued, and they were board members were appointed. And a more interesting thing is, two of the members of KECOBO are now serving in PRISC and MCSK.
Wow. Conflict of interest.
Definite conflict of interest. Under the guys that Eric.
I wish you could have the names so that we call these people out like in black and white. Yeah?
Eric Sigay,
he's the one serving in both.
No. He's the head of.
Who is he serving in both?
Let me find it. Eric Sigay, who is the boss of KECOBO, said that. Okay, so for MCSK to acquire a license, they first had to agree to an internal audit, a thorough internal audit, and an external audit, and also they had to resubmit their articles of association and memorandum, which makes them a company. So it's a company. I was wrong before. So it's a company which is collecting money. So they were supposed to get that, and now they have been issued the license, and now these two members from KECOBO are now serving there as part of the agreement for them to get the license, because now they have allowed for external entities to come in and organize the structure the structure.
I think
there.
The CS, what's his name, Matiang'i, should be put in that.
Matiang'i.
Yeah, I know. Let me finish up. I think he should be put in that docket.
Desmond Katana and David Murithi.
Because I think Matiang'i is the most result-driven CS.
He's authoritative.
Yeah, and whatever docket is put in, there are results being seen. So I think if he's put in to run you call it the sports and culture docket, I think we should be seeing more artists being paid their royalties, and I mean satisfaction to the people who are making the music is paramount,
How much, if you were to put a figure?
Yeah, I read an article, 1.2 billion. Yeah.
And none of this is paid to artists?
13% is paid to, so do the math, 1.2 billion, 13%.
And where does the rest of the money go?
I mean, it's rather obvious to the people you've mentioned there.
Damn.
Because, I mean, if Ethic is not getting their royalties, who else is collecting them? Yeah.
But I think that's because that's part of the artists who suffer most are the artists who rely on maybe on radio and play from other parts of traditional forms of media.
So you're saying the rural guys?
Yeah,
that's
those
what you're
are the
saying.
Majority.
Yeah.
Because with the online distribution, you can get your money pretty easily without, if you've streamed this, which that's a whole different discussion of how the royalties are paid by streaming companies as opposed to the physical sales. But it's just getting tougher and tougher for artists, especially in Kenya. But if you want your royalties to be collected and paid, you need to. I mean, it's as if there's nothing you can do because KECOBO is selling you out. MCSK is collecting the money.
The whole industry is built to run against you.
Yes, that is
to put you down.
Exactly what is happening, which is sad. I don't know.
So we're calling out to those people.
Yeah,
you need to act right. And I think the person who's been driving this conversation is Jomushiri. Jomushiri has been calling these people out. And shout out to you, Jomushiri, that I think we should put this on we should DM him and tell him to call these people out because, I mean, how long will this continue?
Also, Desmond Katana and David Murithi are the two KECOBO, two of the KECOBO board members who serve at MCSK or have previously served at MCSK. Katana is now a director at MCSK. Murithi is now the chair of the MCSK board for a period
Desmond who?
of 1 year.
Katana.
Yeah, Desmond Katana and David.
Okay.
Those are the two people who are. How do you go from KECOBO to MCSK in the name of, and still there are no royalties that are being seen? Is the biggest part. So this debacle, I think we'll see it unfold, and I think in a few weeks, I think it should head to court, and once it heads to court, we shall see a few more results. But
I mean,
like everything in
we'll keep our listeners
updated. And, so once it hits the courts, now we'll have to see. It will now become very interesting because in the legal field, but somebody needs to go to jail for all this.
Yeah.
Especially if for nothing else, the money that's stolen,
at least
that will at least be satisfied.
Anyway, with that being said and done, let's jump into the music. We're reviewing Billdard. As we had said earlier, he's called Billdard who?
Selanga.
Personally, I don't know. I'm usually fascinated by learning the real name of an artist.
Uh-huh.
Like Nonini, we said it's Hubert. Yeah. So Billdard released this project that has been critically acclaimed, not only in Kenya.
Yeah. Because
worldwide,
He Blinky Bill represents a crop of artists. Okay, for those who don't know, Blinky Bill is a member of the. I don't know whether it's the now defunct or on a hiatus.
Yeah.
Just a band, the Kenyan band, Just a Band.
I mean, he's the only one who can confirm.
Which he was the leader there, and he released.
Are you sure?
Yes. Okay. They released this song, Hahe. What Makmende. The video for
the legend.
Yeah, Makmende, and Makmende became a viral hit on the internet. That was among the first viral hits in Kenya.
That was the first trending topic in Kenyan Twitter.
Uh-huh.
So apparently that song, let me give you a brief history.
Mm-hmm.
It was made by Musyoka, the legendary, from Decimal Records, and also Billdard.
Yeah.
So I think we saw the splits, right?
Yeah.
That's how we
that's how we knew.
So it was around 2009, 2010. I'm not sure. 2009. Yeah. So this song actually was the first trending topic in Kenyan Twitter in history.
Yeah.
So I mean, this guy has been beating milestones ever since.
Yeah, and in another listening.
And it also trended in German.
And that's another thing because Blinky Bill really
transcends the borders.
Kenyan, yeah, and even the music, even that song by itself wasn't your ordinary Kenyan sound. It was, he brings a lot of electronic elements into Kenyan songs, into the Kenyan sound. So you find a song like Twende Kazi. Have you listened? It's I think on his
I only know like this song that goes Sisi Waru.
That's on his album, but
that's the one you're talking about is not on his album.
No.
It's a single.
It's on his EP. We Cut Keys While You Wait.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he does this electronic thing where it's an electronic sound, but it's also still so authentic and so Kenyan till you can actually.
I mean, whatever he does, there's no one else that can offer that.
That's true.
I mean, at least they can try to do that, but they won't do it as well as Blinky does it, right?
Yeah.
So jumping into it, I think the cover is really outstanding.
The cover, yeah.
What do you think about
album.
it?
The album is called Everyone's Just Winging It and Other Fly Tales, which is a really long album name.
Yeah, I found it odd.
But it's quite catchy. It's quite catchy.
I found it odd, personally. I liked the cover, the cover art. It's really impressive. I don't know what message he was. Maybe he has a hidden message that he was trying to send.
I wouldn't know, but it's a photo of him. And
with his iconic beard.
Yeah, and as I was saying, Blinky Bill represents a crop of Kenyan artists who transcend Kenyan music. So they don't.
I think he's also part of New Nairobi. Come on.
He is, but as in there are those artists who have
created
a sound that cannot be consumed.
Let's not make it look like he's like Jesus or something.
No. I'm saying,
but all you're saying is
he's created a sound that cannot be mainstream consumed in the country.
Yeah, that one for a fact.
He has a very niche audience in Kenya, and then outside where electronic music is greatly enjoyed. For example, in Europe, Eastern Europe, which is Germany and the likes. They enjoy it and they are accepting of him, you see. And so this album is just a testament to that, because even before that he's also a DJ. And he's a DJ, producer, rapper. He's triple threat. But and with that you can see this album demonstrate all those abilities. Self-produced. It's 12 songs, 44 minutes, which is usually. What do you think about long albums?
Personally, I don't have the patience to stand anything that's more than 15 tracks.
Mm-hmm.
I won't follow it up till all through.
Mm-hmm.
Although his 12 songs was decent.
Yeah. And
he got people to feature on it.
Yeah.
Like Kenyans,
mm-hmm.
and all that. So I shout out to him. Although he tours a lot of foreign countries,
but he does.
He gave it like he ensured it was grounded.
Yeah.
He sang in Swahili.
Mm-hmm.
He ensured like anyone listening from Europe
will
know that this is Kenyan product.
Yeah.
You get, as much as he's still uptown and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then again, as you said, the songs, and even, for example, even some of the track titles. For example, Luanda Magere, Mungu Halali, which are some of the.
Wait, Luanda Magere is like a legend.
A legend
from the Luo community.
Yeah.
Okay.
He could only be killed by the spear. Spear.
Oh, you
the
spear
shadow.
the shadow.
Yeah, not himself.
Okay.
His powers in the shadow, which is just an ode to the, for example, Samson Delilah story.
Yeah.
And all that.
Or the Achilles story.
Yeah, and all these stories, I think, for better or for worse, have one thing in common. It's the women who led to the downfall of these gentlemen. Because Samson was, I think, an Israelite who.
What will you say about the rollout of the album? I mean, he's the only artist with what's it called? The big circle thing. I've forgotten it.
A vinyl.
A vinyl. He has vinyl.
Yeah. I saw that album. The album is in vinyl.
What's your thoughts on that?
I think
he took
a really traditional approach for the rollout.
Really?
Yeah, because I think for at least for me, he's the first artist that I've seen do paperback magazines for the album review and the rollout, and also release CDs in an age where I don't know where to buy a CD now. Okay, I know where to buy a CD, but even if I bought it,
I don't know what label is behind his brand.
It's called Green something.
So he's signed to his own label,
I think. I think so. It's called. I forgot. I don't know what it's called, but there's a label behind it. I don't know. But the publishing is he did the publishing, meaning who publishes his own music.
Okay.
Generally, what do you think of the album?
Personally, I think Blinky is very outstanding in terms of production. What I will critique, I'll give him criticism for is his lyricism. Like you can find one song he's repeated like the same thing over and over and over again. Like, I know he's not an MC.
For example,
Sisi Waru.
That's the hook.
I mean, come up with like some lyrics. Yo.
Sisi Warui,
I know he's not. I know he's not an MC. He's not a rapper, but he should give us. He should surprise us. That's all I'm saying. And also, I believe he has a monotone.
Or his voice.
He has a monotone all through the album.
Yeah.
Like
he doesn't.
At first, when you listen to his voice,
voice.
At first, when you listen to his voice, you'll get excited.
Okay.
But throughout the album, you'll be like, you get. However, production, he's the best.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that he produced all the songs.
I think one of the songs that's underrated is Attention.
Give me that attention.
Yeah.
And all these songs are so commercial. Like they can feature on TV commercial, music commercial, advertisements.
I had Attention go off in a concert.
Yeah.
Wow. And the album had dropped yesterday, like the previous day, and the next day I was at a concert and it was like people, I'm sure most of the people didn't know it, but you could see the reaction to the song and people were really receptive to it because of it has that the drum loop. It's almost kapuka. It's that Kenyan drum loop or at dancehall tempo-ish, but it's kapuka-ish, and so it's one of those. It's a commercial Kenyan song, but I don't know how it's doing commercially in Kenya. I think I've seen it a few times on radio, but KECOBO and
I think Blinky is the guy who goes to America or Britain and still talks Swahili, but remains to be like the coolest nigga there.
Yeah,
like he still remains. He still remains to be Kenyan and authentic, but still wins the heart of everyone there. You get.
Yeah.
So personally, I think the album, I will give it an 8.
What's your favorite song?
I have a couple. Attention being one of them. The one on all the albums, what's it called? Feeling It.
Yeah.
Feeling It is my. I think it's my.
His first single.
Sorry, I think it's the most outstanding one because it's on Rafiki the movie. It's on MDQ's.
No, it's not. It's not on MDQ's album.
It's not.
No.
But MDQ is being featured.
Yeah, she's featured in that song.
It's not as a. I think it's on there as a bonus track. Just go counter check that, and also it's on. Meaning, it's outstanding.
Yeah.
See, it's on all those projects. So, Feeling It and Attention. Also, the Warui. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
For me, I think the songs that he did that are the what's the term I'm looking for? Instrumentals. Instrumentals. I'll care more next time. Which is basically he says he'll care more next time, and that is like I listened to it and it's a hardware produced track. Like I don't think he touched any software for that song. It was all synthesizers, moog, bass, and all those sweet things which were there. Which is amazing.
Coming from a producer standpoint, you being a producer, I mean that was.
Yeah,
personally, I will not tell if something is being produced by a hardware or software. I will not. I will just enjoy the music.
So and then Mungu Halali is my favorite track on that song. It's really positive. Number one, and number two, it features I think 3 great ladies. Sage, Saramitaru, and
the one and only Sage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sage, Saramitaru.
Speaking of Sage, we'll be reviewing King Kaka's album next
Wambura
episode.
And Wambura Mitaru. Oh yeah.
Vis-a-vis.
I was with Michelle when we were shown a song by It actually features 4 people and Lisa Odor. Wambura Mitaru, Lisa Odor.
Oh, wow. That guy is shouting out to the females.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
I feel like that song is so.
I've not heard it.
The production is so awesome because.
And then maybe I have, but I didn't know all those features were in one
Yeah,
song.
the harmonization, I don't know whether that's a word, on the album on that particular song is so great because you feel what you're saying, that he doesn't animate his voice. He just sings in the monotone.
Yeah.
And then he just switches up.
It's like he's been woken up.
Yeah, and then and then he goes a key higher. That's like
that was a little bit harsh.
Yeah.
It is like he's been woken up.
And then now the lady's just kicking and like, oh, I just love that song. And then
so you're saying it's Kanye level of production?
Yo, yeah. In another life, which I think is this one, if Blinky Bill were to produce a boom bap album,
I don't know. Someone was telling me Kanye West shouted him out, like back in 2011. I don't know.
And I think it's the Hahe song, which was
really
that song. You know that song is still
international.
Yeah, it's an international song. Like,
shout out to you, Patricia.
She was in the video.
Yeah. She was the main vixen.
Patricia Kihoro, we love you. I
DM me, Patricia.
And that and which other song is this? Bills to Pay. Those are my favorite songs. Bills to Pay. I'll care more next time, and Mongo Halali.
Bills to Pay has a lot of funk in it.
Yeah. And it's really slowed down, which is like, and again, that's, I think the big Blinky Bill signature production is the electronic elements that he uses in his music, which, for example, in that song is like that arpeggio, which is I think an old synthesizer, and it's just.
Okay, can you give it a rating?
I will give it
the album, being his debut album.
Okay. Now that you say that, being his debut album, this deserves a 10.
A 10?
Over 10.
Oh, that's a perfect score. I mean, the only person who's got a perfect score is Nasty C on our podcast.
Yeah. And now Blinky.
Yes.
Okay.
Because charity begins at home. I don't know, it started all the way in South Africa.
Because I think this...
Personally, I give it an 8.
The reason why I think is because it's really short.
Yeah.
44 minutes. 12 tracks to 44 minutes. That's consumable. And it's if you're looking for music to listen to on a Sunday afternoon, this is definitely something that you'll listen to. If you listen to a lot of explicit music and you want to play an album around grown folks, say at a family gathering, this is the album to play. Because I am witness to that. I played this on a road trip and everybody enjoyed the music when we were with the family.
Okay, you put your family onto Blink.
Yes, and they liked it. And
that's amazing. Anyway, could you put your family onto someone like Nelly the Goon?
Nelly the Goon.
Now, if you're thinking about it, I think that's a no. Because on our next, as we're wrapping it up, I mean, we should bring back our new music or put people onto.
Yes.
Personally, I will put people onto the new Nelly the Goon. And it's called Thutha.
Huh?
Thutha.
What does that mean?
Thutha, the behinds of a woman.
Okay.
That's I think it's Sheng, but it's derived from Kikuyu. And I mean, this guy is transcended from rapping to English conscious music.
Yeah.
To, I don't know, I've heard someone call it meme music. Meme music. But that guy is he's on rotation in all the clubs. Come on.
Yeah.
And he's in the Ochungulo family, if I'm not wrong.
Is he part of that, or the
I don't know. I've never understood that the relationship they have.
For me, the artist that I'm looking to this year is called Masauti.
Masauti.
Yeah.
Can you give us one song that you can listen to?
Can I play it?
No, just you can link
it's
in
called
the
Kiboko.
Kiboko.
Yeah, Kiboko.
Is it one person?
Yeah, it's one person.
Why is he called Masauti then?
He has voices for days. Masauti. I think he's from the coast.
Yeah.
And he's really amazing. And this song is doing really well. Yeah, it's called Kiboko. The song is called Kiboko. The song is doing really well, and I like it because...
Is he mainstream?
Yes.
It's already mainstream.
I think he's bubbling. In Mombasa, it's definitely.
Okay.
I don't know, but our producer can tell us.
Our producer is from coast.
And the thing about this song is, I barely understand anything because of it's in
So
Swahili,
you're saying you don't understand
slang.
Swahili?
It's in slang Swahili. Like it's him starting by saying anabonge la nundu, and I didn't understand what that means.
Bonge means a big something.
La nundu.
I think it's a big behind.
Yeah, because it says anabonge la nundu, something akitembea mwendo wa aste aste. Which so that's a big ass. Which is amazing, but there are things in the song.
So what's the name of the song?
Kiboko.
Okay,
there are things in the song where
listen to Kiboko. Link in description.
You really don't understand what he's saying, not from a language but just from a slang perspective. You wouldn't understand what he's saying.
Okay.
Anyway, I have a hypothetical question for you as we wrap up.
Yeah.
If you were born blind and you gained your eyesight at this age, what will fascinate you the most? What would you see and will fascinate you the most?
Everything.
Just one thing.
No.
That will be the most surprising.
Everything, because you're not used to seeing anything, and then you see everything at once. But I think the thing that will fascinate me the most is people.
Okay.
Because I'm used to hearing voices. I'm used to feeling the touch. And then I see people walking. Yeah. I didn't know even what walking is.
But assuming that you walk.
So it's people, human beings.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think for me, I've thought about it, and I think water.
Water?
Yes. That will be very interesting to see. Because you drink it,
Is this what you think about over your weekends?
Yeah, some of the time.
It makes sense. Makes sense.
Those are some of the things that I think about. So you guys, it's been amazing to have you on.
We are glad we're back, actually.
Yeah, actually now. And last week we were a bit slow. Our voices were a bit...
I had lost my voice personally.
I was extra nervous. But this week, we are back, and we are back with we're continuing to... We're reviewing music. If you think there's an album, a project that we need to review... Oh, Mayonde dropped a project in December. I think December 21st. It's called... I don't know what it's called.
We'll talk about it in another episode. So
I'm just letting you... Project Purple. I think she sneaked it up on us.
I mean, Mayonde is such a darling.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I would like to meet her once.
Me too. Mayonde, if you see this, we'd like to have you on our podcast and talk about the music that you're working on. But she released an EP. You guys should go check it out. She's really amazing. So we'll see you guys next week. And we'll have more to talk about. Let's keep the conversation going. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for even more content. When do we start releasing all the other...
The interviews. The interviews will come.
Soon enough.
We're working on a partnership with a local brand so that we can shoot in their premises. So you'll see it. When it's ready, it's ready.
Yeah. So subscribe on iTunes, and also don't forget to rate us. We want to be the top podcast on iTunes and everywhere. We want to be the top podcast in
please
Kenya.
give us a rating.
Give us a rating
one star.
No, give us 5 stars. If you like what you hear, give us 5 stars. We'd like to be the top podcast in Kenya. One of our episodes should be the top episodes in Kenya.
Sure.
So, see you guys next week.
Peace.
Bye.